There are shocking new images of migrants packed inside a tractor trailer on the Mexican side of the U.S. border, and it's highlighting the dangers of illegal immigration. Custom and Border Protection say the truck carrying 150 people was stopped by Mexican authorities before it entered the state of Texas. U.S. officials recently announced they have apprehended a record number of migrants this year. Manuel Bojorquez, his name has not changed, joins us now from near the border in Laredo, Texas, with more on that part of the story. Manny, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gayle. Nearly half of the people apprehended by Border Patrol this fiscal year have been sent back due to a Trump-era pandemic policy known as Title 42. It prohibits migrants from entering the U.S. due to the danger of communicable disease. But we spoke with many people who have qualified to proceed with a case of asylum in this country, and we got a first-hand look at their relocation process. You can see shoes, bags, water bottles. Clearly, this is a route for asylum seekers and others.
Yes, this is normally a route that they take.
Walking along the southern border with Maverick County Deputy Sheriff Denise Cantu, migrant crossings show no sign of stopping.
You see, they even have a sign for them where it says "Siga el camino."
Oh,
so
wow.
They pretty much guide them to where they can just, gather all of them and pick them up.
The sign means follow the path, and Deputy Cantu says it's evidence of just how normal border crossings have become. Law enforcement has already tallied more than 1.9 million migrant encounters this fiscal year, breaking the record set last year, with 2 months left to go. After they're processed at the border, some asylum seekers arrive at facilities like this one in Del Rio, Texas, about an hour away. It's a pit stop as they await buses to their next destinations, like Edison Gutierrez from Venezuela, who has his written down. Midland, Texas. Another Venezuelan, Angie Cordero, and her 10-year-old daughter know what they left behind. The hunger. No jobs, no trabajo. But they don't know what lies ahead. ¿Para dónde quiere usted ir? Where do you want to go?
Donde Dios me ponga.
Where God takes you. Since April, Texas has sent nearly 8,000 migrants to Washington, D.C. and New York City, a move those cities' mayors have called inhumane. Texas's emergency management chief insists otherwise.
Some have claimed or tried to accuse that we are putting people on these buses and we are holding them hostage and making them go to a final destination. That is exactly not true.
The state's Division of Emergency Management says migrants head to D.C. and New York only if they've opted in and signed waivers. Otherwise, the federal government partners with local organizations to help migrants arrange alternative plans. Some of them have a destination, Midland, Texas, for example, but others told us they didn't know where to go. What happens to them?
Well, in order to go through Border Patrol processing, they have to have some sort of destination, some sort of idea. Because that's part of their paperwork. Tiffany
Burrow runs the Del Rio Migrant Center and told us the state's East Coast busing program provides another option for asylum seekers as they continue to cross the southern border.
The volume is more than anyone could possibly imagine.
Burrow told us last month they had more than 6,000 migrants come through that facility in Del Rio, Texas. That's more than they've ever seen. And of course, all of this comes with a price tag. The Texas Emergency Management Chief told us the state has already spent about $12 million on the bus program to New York and D.C. Vlad?
It's a difficult story, Manny, but when you hear a 10-year-old and her mom saying they're leaving behind the hunger, your heart goes to them. Thank you very much, Manny.